I'd like to call the meeting of special meeting of June 24th at 6:45. Call to order. First thing on the agenda is amend motion previously adopted.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to amend item number 2, motion previously adopted from the Stratford Town Council regularly scheduled meeting of June 10th, 2019, as stated in the agenda.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second for Mr. Ticky? Is there any discussion? Are there any questions? Mr. Gregg.
Thank you. I'd like to confirm with Christina that monies these capital closeouts can only be used for the payment of debt. This is a statement that Jay Wahlberg made to me. So they can't be used for miscellaneous things out of
No, so they're going to go into the, we're going to pass them now. They're going to go into the general fund, and then at the end of the year, we'll do reconciliation. We'll pay down debt with it.
Is there any further discussion? No other questions? If not, we'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes yes. Motion passes 6-0.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion for item number 3 to amend the motion previously adopted by the Stratford Town Council at the regularly scheduled meeting of June 10th, 2019, as stated in the agenda.
There's a motion, Mr. O'Brien, second. Is there any discussion?
the same question, Chris?
It's going to go to pay down debt.
Any other further questions? If not, we'll call to vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes yes. Motion passes 6-0. Last item.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve item 4 of the Nikon change order for Route 110 project as stated in the agenda.
I believe there's a letter that Margot had put out to everybody. It changes the number. It's a little bit higher.
Yeah, I think you should have a second on the motion and then have someone
Okay.
make an amendment.
Second from Mr. Perillo. Any discussion on it? Like I said, there's a letter there.
Yeah. Someone should make an amendment in accordance, if you so
Yeah,
choose,
okay.
with John Casey's memorandum to increase the dollar amount from $41,270.81 to an amount not to exceed $45,095.0.
Okay, Mr. Can's going to make a,
As read by Attorney Ryan.
Thank you.
is there a second to the amendment? Mr. Ticky, is there any further discussion on the amendment? If not, we'll call to a vote. All in favor?
I apologize. Question, please?
Yep.
Why temporary? Why not make it a permanent system that can then be monitored by the police on a ongoing basis?
Mr. Timniak, do you have any insight into this?
This was
Is this because of
requested by
the,
state deal.
it's the project, once the project's over?
Right.
Yeah.
Reading the first paragraph, it does say the original plan was to install these as part of the final system, but they have to do the installation during the work, which implies that it'll remain as part of the final solution. Is that something we can check into?
I definitely will. That's a good question. I know we've talked about this many times. I haven't heard the answer or asked that question, whether it'll remain or not.
Mr. Chair, question through the chair to Mr. Timniak. I and Greg, don't quote me word for word, but I had a conversation about this last week with the administration, just in small talk. But this was something requested through state DOT that we had up. I believe they had quoted out around $10,000 initially, and it ended up being more. But it's a temporary request from them through the project, basically to keep the project moving. So, again, just giving you some insight on what I had a conversation about.
So we'll just see if it will be part of the final.
Yeah, I'll get you that answer tomorrow or Thursday.
Okay, so if there's any other further question, we're going to vote on the amendment. All in favor of the amendment? Say aye. Chair votes yes, motion passes 6-0. Now back to the, oh, Ken, I'm sorry, he slipped in. I apologize, it's 7-0. Back to the original amendment. Is there any further discussion on
You're
that?
voting on the item as amended. You're discussing the item as amended.
We're discussing item, no, we've already voted on that, right?
No, you voted on the amendment, so now you have before
Right,
you
correct.
the item with the as amended for discussion. And
Is there any further discussion on vote as amended? Not, we'll call to vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned, second from Mr. O'Brien. All in favor? Chair votes yes, motion passes 7-0.